the chat box. Or you can raise your hand. Please just don't unmute and start talking. Okay. How many of you have already started typing? And most of you I can see are CM1, CS1 students. So this might be your first paper. Be it IFoA, be it IAI, in both the cases, you'll have to type all your answers. So how many of you have already started? Quick raise of hands. Quickly. Okay, good. Some of you have done. All right. So in today's session, I'll be taking 2 to 3 sessions on typing. And then obviously we'll be sharing some videos as well with you all specific to the papers, specific to CM1, CS1, so that you can practice properly different types of questions in Word. And this is a very high time that now you start practicing in MS Word, because in exam, the most important, difficult, like the most common issue that all the students face is that the lack of practice and lack of typing. These are the two major things that I have seen students facing a lot. And recently also when we had a talk with all the students who could not clear their September IFoA attempt, we understood two major things. One is again that they were not able to practice a lot of typing, and so in exam they were not able to finish their paper even though they knew the answers. And secondly, they were not able to practice. They did not have much time to practice. So see, practicing is again something which you in class we are discussing with students. We are telling you all continuously to practice a lot of sums, practice revision notes again and again, previous year papers again and again. So all these things are fine, but how you are practicing is again very important. If you are just writing like you do in class, pen and paper, then that is not enough. Now is the time that you can now start typing, because that's how you can increase your speed. You will understand which method is suitable to you, because each one of you might have some other method. I will teach you 2-3 ways of doing the same thing, but you have to decide that which one is suitable to you, right? So these are the things which are very, very important. About the rules and regulations, I'll give you a basic idea. Apart from that, all the rules, regulations will be covered in another video, and we'll be posting that separately. But for IFoA, talking about IFoA, your CM, CS papers, and in fact CB papers, CP, SP, SA, all these papers take place on MS Word. So you need MS Word. Now again, we are not using the web version. We are using the application, the downloaded MS Word version. Last time they had a minimum requirement of MS 2013 or above. Maybe this time they might change it, because they release handbook. They release one exam handbook before each examination. So for the April term, it will generally come around 3rd week of Feb or 4th week of Feb. At that point, we'll be discussing, but you need to have not a very older version of MS Office. That's for your IFoA. In CS1 paper B, CS2 paper B, you all know how it works. You'll have to copy paste the codes from your R programming to your MS Word and save the MS Word and submit the MS Word file. Again, if you don't know this, we'll be informing you about this in class itself, so don't worry. Then coming to IAI. Now IAI have their own portal of examination. Even IFoA, if the student is taking an online IFoA examination, because now it is center based, but some of you are not able to go to the center, so some of you are taking it online at home. So they also have their own system, but in that case the system is not very rigid. Rigid in the sense that you can use your MS Word, and it's very similar to how you use a Google Chrome. right? So all those guidance will be given to you. Don't worry. You have to practice. For now, you have to practice on MS Word for all the papers, whatever paper you're appearing. In case of IEI, in case of IEI, it is a little different. For CM and CS papers, it is MS Word specifically, but for CB1, CB2, and on the higher papers, CP, SPSA, we have text editor, right? So a text editor is very similar to a notepad. You don't have a lot of formatting options. You don't have equation editor to use. So these things you don't have, which you actually don't need in CB1, CB2, or any higher papers, because those papers don't involve a lot of mathematical typing. Those papers are plain typing. Coming to CB1 and CB2, just a 2-minute explanation. You actually have nothing to practice in case of mathematical typing, because all of it is plain typing. Just that in case of your CB1 paper, you have a balance sheet to prepare. That balance sheet you can prepare, and a PNL and a balance sheet to prepare, which you can prepare in Excel and copy paste it in Word, or you can directly insert a table in the Word file and you can continue from there. So these are the two ways. Apart from that, CB1 typing is a plain typing. So anyone who's appearing just for CB1 or just for CB2, you just have to type your answers, plain typing, and you have to just increase your speed over there. In case of CB2, again, it's complete plain typing. You don't have anything else. Basic things which are there, like numericals on elasticity, numericals on demand and supply, numericals on national income calculations, and we have comparative advantage and all those, which is, again, I believe any CB2 student can, without even looking at the class, can do it on Word, right? So it's very simple in that way. The only thing you need to do is practice a lot in Word. Now, instead of writing, you have to type. Okay? Coming back to CM1, CM2, CS1, CS2. CM2, CS2 students are already very much mature because they have appeared for 2 basic core papers, and then they are appearing for it as a third paper. So that is one of the reasons that I did not involve CM2, CS2 students in this class. CM1, CS1 students, for those who are appearing for the paper for the very first time, you all need to understand the very much importance of Word, because for you guys, it's the first time that you will be giving an exam on MS Word, because all the college school exams have appeared on pen and paper, right? So you need to understand that we have to do a lot of mathematical typing, and they will not give you questions which are easy. They will not give you questions which are smaller to solve. No, they're giving you proper questions. You have to do integration. You have to write all those statistical notations. You have to use all of it, right? So it's not that they will give you any such kind of benefit at all. So considering these things, it's extremely important that we start practicing typing from today onwards. Right? Today, I'll give you a basic structure, basic idea of it, that how it works, what all things we need, and all, and all. And I've already mentioned. Please make sure that you guys have proper MS Office. I am using Office 365 over here currently. I'll just share my screen, but you are expected to use anything. You can use Office 365. You can use MS Office, but the version should be 2013 or above for now. If any update comes in February, definitely we'll let you know. I hope most of you are not using 2013, because that's like very, very old. So most of you are using the newer versions only. And also one more thing is that uh, uh, um, okay. Also one more thing is that just a second. Just give me a second. I'll just. So, where was I? Yeah. So you have to, I'll share my screen and I'll show you. Actually, I'm using some other PC today. So I have not, see, the one which I am using right now, this is not a paid version because I'm using some other PC. I'll have to log in. Once I log in, this will be done, but I'm not logging in right now. It will take some time. So this is Office 365 that I'm using, right? Now you can use any MS Office, which is 2013 or above. Please make sure it's an application form. It's not a Google version or a web version, sorry. Some of you have seen use web version of MS Office. That's completely not allowed. You will not be able to save it, right? Again, please make sure that this autosave feature is off while working. This autosave feature must be off, and you need to save your file in, maybe you are saving it on desktop so that when you are uploading it is easy for you to search for the file and upload, or wherever you are saving it, just please make sure that you have sound knowledge of where you are saving your file. If you are just creating a file randomly, then it gets saved on your OneDrive, and then maybe a lot of students are not able to find the file. So always it's better that um, you just right click maybe and you create a new file over here, right? You create a new Word file over here and you start working in that Word file instead of um, saving it somewhere else, right? So this is first one thing. Now there are two ways of typing in exam. One is to use equation editor, which is widely used for mathematical typing, and one is to not use equation editor but to just use notations. All right. So I'll teach you both the methods. You can use mix of it. You can use notations plus equation editor. You can just use equation editor. You can just use notations. It's completely up to you. See, in typing, it is not something which is very difficult. The examiner needs to understand what you have written. So even though you have written it in some other way, but if I am able to make it out, if I am able to understand, I'll give you the marks. There is no hard and fast rule. There is nothing chaotic in this that you have to, think so much and do all of those things. No, it's not that. It's just simple typing that you have to do in a manner so that even you are able to understand and the examiner is also able to understand that what you have done. So I'll give you a basic idea. For example, we have multiplication. So you can use a star mark instead of a cross. Because why? If you're using a X, which is a cross, it sometimes looks like an X. CS1, we use a lot of X, right? So again, instead of that, we can use a star. Instead of division symbol, we can use a /. Approximately equal, we can use this tilt symbol and equals to. Now this tilt symbol is above tab button. If you see above the tab button, you have this shift and you press that button, you get this tilt symbol. Or you can also, or what you can do is, let me create a new document over here. Or what you can do is, you can just write approximately equal. So obviously this just by writing approx equal, I'm able to understand that what I'm trying to write, approximately equal or approx equal. Anything is fine. If you are writing greater than equal to, it can be simply just greater than equal to. You don't have to do this. You don't have to use this sign. It can be simply that 3 is greater than equal to x, right? Simple. Right? Less than equal to in the same manner. Proportional. So sometimes we say A is proportional to B. In CS1, we use this a lot. So you can write A is proportional to B. You can write in words, right? You can write in words A See, now the moment I type A, I press Enter. The moment I type A and I press enter, it automatically capitalizes. This is something which happens in Word because obviously they think that we're writing a sentence. But I need a small a. So what do I do? Just press Control Z and it automatically changes back to a capital A. See, again I'll show you. I'll just write A, give a space. In this case, they've already understood. They've taken this thing. If I press no, it's not taking for me now. But if you press A and you just give a space, they'll understand, they'll capitalize it, and you just press Control Z, they'll understand that, okay, you need a smaller version, and maybe this might be a thing for Office 365 only, that they understand that what you are doing. You don't need to capitalize, but if it does, you just have to press Control Z. Control Z is the shortcut for undo. Okay? Undo is Control Z, Control Y is for redo. I have all the shortcuts in this document. I'll share this document after the class with you all, so don't worry. I'll upload it in the front end. Okay, आपके website पे I'll upload. So you all can go and visit the website and get this document. I have all the shortcuts. So Control Z is for undo, Control Y is for redo. अगर आपने कुछ किया है, for example, if I press Control Y, see it will redo everything. ठीक है? सो ये हो गया, देखो वापस इट्स कैपिटलाइजिंग, कंट्रोल जेड करा तो वो अपने आप पीछे चला गया. इज proportional to. You can just write this and it's so much understandable that what you are trying to say. You don't have to use that proportional symbol at all. Square root, you don't have to use the square root. You can use the word square root. For example, if I'm saying I want to take out the square root of x, तो आप ऐसे लिखोगे, in bracket you give whatever you want to take out the square root of. A to the power x. देखो, so A superscript में आपका x है. Now I'll give you a quick shortcut again. This is again mentioned in your file, but so x ऊपर में square है, right? So x, you just write simply x square. You just simply write x square. Or if you want to beautify it, you can use the shortcut this. This is your superscript. जो ऊपर में लिखते हैं, that's a superscript. जो नीचे में लिखते हैं, that's a subscript. So the shortcut for superscript is Control Shift Plus. Control Shift Plus का जो symbol है, button है, and see automatically your cursor moves above and you just type 2. Now if you press a space and you type anything, it will be in the superscript only. So you have to again press Control Shift Plus to come back to the normal typing, and then you type. Similarly, if there is something in the base, like in the subscript, so subscript का क्या होता है? Shortcut Control Shift minus. ठीक है? Control Shift minus. Control Shift this one. Control Shift minus, and see it comes over here, and maybe you are writing M. ठीक है? And again, you have to obviously go back, Control Shift minus, and Control Shift minus is for subscript, Control Shift plus is for superscript. Some common shortcuts that we use a lot, right? Instead of that, for example, ये xij है, तो आप इसको x नीचे में बाहर ij भी लिख सकते हो. You can simply write xij, or you can write x_ij. Nothing is wrong in this. ठीक है? Nothing is wrong. Then you have exponential e to the power x. तो हमने क्या किया? Exponential in bracket में जैसे आप लिखते हो in your writing, वैसे ही आपको करना है. So you just have to put it exp in bracket, whatever you want to give the expression. Or you can write e to the power and whatever the expression, maybe again in the bracket if you want to, you can. I prefer this one because ये थोड़ा understandable ज़्यादा लगता है when you have a big function to be written within exponential. ठीक है? Then you have b hat x bar. तो again b, and ये जो है ना, this we call it as a caret symbol. This you will get on number 6. So shift and 6, you press, you get your b hat. ठीक है? So b hat. And x bar, similarly, just give this thing, or you can even write it like this, b hat x bar. There is nothing wrong in writing it that way, right? You can easily write it in this manner as well. Now all the Greek letters. So इसका मैं आपको दो चीज बताऊंगी. Right? Make sure you listen to this carefully. अब Greek letters को कैसे लिखोगे? जैसे म्यू, सिग्मा, अल्फा है. We use this a lot in CS1. CM1 में भी we use it somewhere or the other. तो हम कैसे लिखेंगे? You can just simply write maybe अल्फा, ठीक है, बीटा, गामा. आपको खाली वर्ड्स में लिखना है. ठीक है, आपको खाली वर्ड्स में लिखना है नोटेशन इंस्टेड ऑफ राइटिंग द नोटेशन. Now, two other ways to get the notation is if you go to the insert tab. In this tab, you have the symbol section. Um, okay, for me, I'll have to log in. ठीक है, never mind. If you go to the symbol section, insert, I hope all of you have opened your Word files and doing it. If you go to this insert and go to this symbol section, उसमें आपको दिखना सारे सिंबल्स ग्रीक लेटर्स के मिलेंगे इन द मोर सिंबल सेक्शन. अगर आप मोर सिंबल में जाओगे तो विंडो विल कम अप. वहां आपको ग्रीक लेटर सेलेक्ट करना है एंड यूल गेट ऑल द ग्रीक लेटर्स. आई वांट ऑल ऑफ यू टू ट्राई इट एंड लेट मी नो इन द चैट बॉक्स इफ यू आर गेटिंग इट. And give me 2 minutes, I'll just log in into this. Bifurcate or shortlist them. There are a lot of obviously symbols. You don't need all of it. You just need the Greek symbols. So when you click on this insert and you go to this symbol section, then you have a pop-up like एक छोटा सा आएगा recently used symbols. So whatever symbols you are using तो वो उधर recently में चले जाएगा. And नीचे में you have more symbols. So a window will open up. In that window, on the right side, you can select. So you will see Greeks. Greeks पे click करोगे and you have a lot of Greek symbols. Apart from that, you might use currency symbol. Again, currency symbols like we use dollar and pounds. ये ज़्यादा use होता है INR. Apart from that, you don't use anything else in CM1 and CS1 or maybe in any paper. So there are a lot of symbols. You don't have to bifurcate. You don't have to think about all those. You just have to think about the Greek symbols. Now, another shortcut which I was talking about was actually you can turn your keyboard into a Greek keyboard. How to do that? So we have you can see over here. If I go to you have this symbol. If you type the symbol over here in the font section in the home tab, if you just type symbol, you can press enter. Now whatever you type will be giving you a symbol. For example, if you type, where's my cursor? Oh. So if you type L, instead of L, you are getting a lambda. If you type, let's say suppose M, instead of M, you are getting a mu. Okay? And the shortcut, just try it out, all of you. Just go over here, type symbol. Try and tell me. ठीक है, are you able to get it? Control Shift Q is the shortcut. Control Shift Q is the shortcut to get to the symbol. So this is also one thing which we can use. And then you can use the shortcut Control Shift Q to go back to Calibri, Control Shift Q to go back to symbol. So just type Control Shift Q and say I'm here to symbol again. So you can say maybe S for sigma. And again it goes back to Calibri. Control Shift Q, again symbol, maybe tau. Tau is something which you don't use in CM1, CS1 maybe you use. Okay, and you press space and you get. So this is another approach which you can use to get your symbols, get your Greek letters. Infinity, you don't have to get that infinity symbol. You can get it from the symbols, that insert symbol section. But you can just type INF, which is infinity. ठीक है, आप खाली ये type करोगे and you can get infinity from there. Similarly, you have X square, X raised to. I've taught you these things. Now this is equation editor. Equation editor we'll do in the next class. But before that, these are notations. So again, you can see these are specific to CM1 notations. So I'm just giving you a basic idea, and then when you have a specific CM1 class, we'll deal with it at that time. Delta, you can just write delta. IP, you're writing it IP. So these are all symbols. If you can see A bar N. So you're typing A bar, giving a colon, and N is within the these brackets, right? So I'm not going into details of this right now because this is specific to CM1. This is equation editor, which we'll do in the next class. I'll just give you a basic idea on the shortcuts. We use save a lot, which is Control S. So every time you are typing any answer, please make sure that you are constantly saving it. And how do you save? Control S, Control S. Because what if there is a power failure, something happens to your laptop and your entire, you lose your entire work. So that's not something which is good. So it's important that you keep on saving your work. Control X is for cut. So if you're written anything and you need to select and cut it. Control C is for copy. Control V is for paste. This we know. Then generally we use these two also, which is changing of the font. So if you want to increase or decrease your font sizes, so let's say suppose I select this and I need to increase the font size, you can increase it from here definitely or from here. But the shortcut that we use is Control Shift and you have this greater than symbol. So Control Shift greater than, Control Shift less than to decrease the font size. Okay. Control Z, Control Y I've taught you. Now in your exam you cannot use any other colors. Like you cannot use red color, blue color, green color. These are not permitted and it does not look good as well. So instead what we do is we can bold. If you're writing anything, any answer, and you want to maybe highlight anything, then you can maybe bold, make it bold. Just type Control B, or you can select this also. Control B is for bold, Control U is for underline, Control I is for italics. Generally we make it bold or use underline. Italics is again something we don't use. ठीक है. Control N ये हमें उतना नहीं चाहिए ये सारी चीजें. Again, superscript and subscript I have shown you. Control equals to नहीं होता, Control Shift होता है. So ये इसको मैं change कर दूंगी. This is Control Shift equals to, and this is superscript is Control Shift plus, and this is Control Shift minus. ठीक है, ये गलत है, ये मैं change करके आपको भेज दूंगी. Alright. Now the line spacing. This is the line spacing which is mentioned by IFoA, but again you don't have to bother. आप प्लेन सिंपल टाइपिंग करो जैसे आप कर रहे हो. ठीक है, Control Shift I B. आप प्लेन सिंपल टाइपिंग करो. You can keep the font size as 11 or 12, doesn't matter. But आपका जो font टाइप होगा वो make sure आप Calibri यूज करो या Times New Roman. I always prefer using Calibri. ठीक है. So if you are typing anything, ठीक है, if you are typing anything, आप प्लेन सिंपल टाइपिंग करो. आपको फॉन्ट इंक्रीज करना है, कंट्रोल शिफ्ट ग्रेटर देन. कुछ हाईलाइट करना है तो वैसे हाईलाइट करोगे. यू डोंट हैव टू बॉदर अबाउट द फॉन्ट साइज. ठीक है, ये मैंने बहुत जूम इन कर रखा है इसीलिए इतना बड़ा लग रहा है. इफ आई जस्ट गो बैक टू 100%, if I just go back to 100%, so this is how it will look like, which is not looking bad. तो आपको इतना लाइन स्पेसिंग पे ध्यान देने का जरूरत है नहीं. यू कैन नॉट यूज डिक्टेशन. सो देर इज अ फैसिलिटी ऑफ डिक्टेट. मतलब जैसे व्हाट्सएप में डिक्टेट है ना, आप डिक्टेट करते हो एंड वो टाइप हो जाता है. इट्स देयर इन योर ऑफिस 365. यू कैन नॉट यूज इट. इफ यू यूज इट, दे विल अंडरस्टैंड, यू गेट अ मेल एंड योर आंसर्स विल नॉट बी टेकन. Right, always try to use start typing from a fresh page. So it's always important that, for example, I've completed my answer 1 over here. So don't start your answer 2 over here. Instead, you go to a fresh page and over there you type answer 2 and you start writing. Now, बहुत जन क्या करते हैं, ऐसे enter press करके second answer में जाते हैं. But instead of that, what you can do is you can insert a new page, go to insert tab and then new blank page. Go to the insert tab. I will not able to do this right now, but आपको यहाँ insert पे जाके you will get a blank page option. ठीक है, let me see. Oh, I'm able to do this at least. ठीक है, so instead of, क्योंकि क्या होता है ना, आप enter प्रेस करते हो तो उसके बाद जब आप कुछ यहाँ टाइप करते हो, see I'll show you. आप जब उसके बाद कुछ यहाँ टाइप करते हो तो नीचे वाली चीजें अपने आप और नीचे चले जाते हैं. So instead of that, you are here and you want to start a fresh question. You go to insert, you click on blank page, a blank page opens up and यहाँ पे आप लिखो अपना answer to, and maybe you can control shift right. पूरा मैंने select किया, control B, and then you can start typing your answer. ठीक है, जो भी है आप अपना स्टार्ट कर सकते हो. बट वही चीज अगर मैं उल्टा करती, मतलब मान लो अगर मैं इसे स्पेस प्रेस एंटर प्रेस कर करके नई पेज पे जाती एंड यहाँ मैंने लिखा लेट्स सपोज आंसर 3. अब क्या होता है ना, जब आपको आंसर 2 में कुछ ऐड करना है, लेट्स सपोज, तो यहाँ हमने कुछ ऐड करा, यहाँ हमने कुछ ऐसे से करके जस्ट रैंडमली आई एम टाइपिंग ऐड किया. अब देखो ये अपने आप नीचे चला जाएगा. आंसर 3 has gone down and this will happen for the entire rest document कि वो अपने आप पूरा नीचे चला जाएगा. So instead you insert and you click on blank page to add a new page for a new answer. मान लो आंसर 2 में आपके पास फर्स्ट 2 पार्ट्स है, आपने फर्स्ट पार्ट कर लिया, सेकेंड पार्ट यू डोंट नो हाउ टू आंसर, तो आपने उसको ब्लैंक छोड़ दिया है. ठीक है, लेट्स सपोज यू हैव डन आंसर 2 and this was your first part. This was your first part. ठीक है, अब देखो जैसे मैंने 1 लिखा, सॉरी, जैसे मैंने 1 लिखा तो ये अपने आप क्या हो गया, एक बुलेट फॉर्म में चला गया. बट आई डोंट वांट इट टू बी इन द बुलेट फॉर्म, आई वांट टू कीप एवरीथिंग लेफ्ट अलाइन. तो हम लोग अगेन कंट्रोल Z प्रेस करेंगे एंड जैसे ही कंट्रोल Z प्रेस करोगे अपने आप पूरा लेफ्ट अलाइन हो जाएगा. या फिर यू कैन यूज दिस to make it again to the left, because ideally in all the papers in fact सब कुछ left aligned बहुत अच्छा लगता है. ठीक है, for example again see I'll show you. अब शायद नहीं होगा because when I write 2 again and I press space, अब वो नहीं होगा. Now it will continue in that manner, right? So I don't want to do this. अब मान लो part 2 मुझे आता नहीं है, so I want to start with answer 3. So don't do that enter वाला thing. Go to insert, select blank page and blank page जो आएगा वो आपके पूरे ऊपर से आप लिखना स्टार्ट कर. That's how it should work. ठीक है, तो ये आपको करना है. Every question should start from a blank page. Again, one more thing is that since we use a lot of मैथमेटिकल नोटेशंस एंड ये सारा चीज हम यूज करेंगे, तो आपको ये रेड लाइंस ग्रीन लाइंस काफी ज्यादा दिखेंगे विच यू वांट टू रिमूव. तो हम लोग उसके लिए कहाँ जाएंगे, फाइल में जाएंगे, मोर ऑप्शंस, एंड यहाँ पे देखना, यहाँ पे आपके पास है प्रूफिंग, फाइल ऑप्शंस प्रूफिंग. ऑलरेडी इट्स मेंशन्ड इन द वर्ड फाइल, सो डोंट वरी. एंड यहाँ नीचे जाके यहाँ पे मान लो आपको हाइड करना है फॉर दिस डॉक्यूमेंट ओनली, हाइड स्पेलिंग, हाइड ग्रामर मिस्टेक्स, and this is for this document only, and just click OK. The moment I clicked OK, all the red lines have gone. So it looks good while typing. क्योंकि आप इतना मैथमेटिकल नोटेशंस एंड आप इक्वेशन लिखोगे तो वो अपने आप रेड लाइंस ग्रीन लाइंस आते रहेंगे, विच डजंट लुक गुड. सो इट्स बेटर यू रिमूव इट. ठीक है, यू रिमूव द प्रूफिंग वाला पार्ट. डोंट राइट एनीथिंग ऑन द हेडर एंड द फुटर, ये सही है. दैट्स इट. ओके, ये बेसिक जो चीजें हैं ये मैं और एक क्लास में आपको समझाऊंगी. एक्सेल से वर्ड में कैसे कॉपी पेस्ट करते हैं. सो यू कैन जस्ट यूज दीज, रीड दीज थिंग्स. बट येस, सो दिस इज हाउ यू यूज नोटेशंस. तो आपको जब टाइप करना है, यू कैन कीप इट वेरी सिंपल एंड यू कैन यूज नोटेशंस वेरी सिंपली. फॉर एग्जाम्पल देख लो, आपको ये लिखना है समेशन एक्स आई प्लस 5. तो आप क्या लिखोगे, सम लिखोगे. इंस्टेड ऑफ ये सिंबल यूज नहीं करके आप लिखोगे सम गोज फ्रॉम 1 to 10, गोज फ्रॉम 1 to 10. या मैं दिखा देती हूँ, इधर देखो, इधर दिखा देती हूँ. सम आई गोज फ्रॉम 1 to 10, ये लिखा. गिव अ कोलन एंड देन क्या आपको लिखना है, एक्स आई प्लस 2. समेशन आई गोज फ्रॉम 1 to 10. यहाँ पे क्या था, एक्स आई प्लस 5 था, तो एक्स आई प्लस 5. इज इट समथिंग विच इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड? नो. Similarly to sum we have product symbol. CS1 में आप likelihood निकालते हो, आप product यूज करते हो. So you just type product ना, and bracket में I goes from this to this, give a colon and then किसका आपको product निकालना है, देख लो. Very easy, very easy. Mu is proportional to 1 by lambda. तो mu अब अगेन ये कैपिटलाइज हो गया ना, is proportional to 1 by lambda. पूरा क्लियर है, समझ आ रहा है? ठीक है, देख लो. मान लो ये इक्वेशन आपका, ये आपका इक्वेशन है. ऐसे ही लिखते हो जब वर्ड में जब पेन पेपर से लिखते हो. इसको हम कैसे लिखेंगे, देखो ऐसे, स्क्वायर रूट एस इक्वल टू स्क्वायर रूट एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस अल्फा बाय एक्स माइनस बीटा. लिमिट, अगर आपका यहाँ पे मान लो ये मिस हो गया, बट लिमिट होगा अगर इधर, तो एक्स टेंड्स टू इंफिनिटी एंड देन लिमिट के अंदर जो भी जाना है. ठीक है, इंटीग्रेशन के लिए अगेन द सेम थिंग, इंटीग्रेशन माइनस इंफिनिटी टू इंफिनिटी. ठीक है, तो ये है. यू ऑल कैन जस्ट गो थ्रू दिस डॉक्यूमेंट, आई विल अपलोड इट, and in the next class which I might take it tomorrow, I'll talk about equation editor. Okay, I'll show you how to use equation editor. Ma'am, what is the shortcut for keeping the first letter small? There is no shortcut. After giving space वो अपने आप capitalize होगा. Just click on Control Z and वो अपने आप छोटा हो जाएगा. I'll check if we have any settings for that. ठीक है, this I'll check. All right. Ma'am, for the whole question paper, do we have to create a... Yes, obviously, you just have to create one single document, Word file, which you have to upload. Obviously, multiple नहीं करेंगे. Alright, thank you so much. That's it for today. Tomorrow's timing I'll inform by the evening. ठीक है?